Jen, I know you have a very strong opinion about Loomer and what would happen if you ever happen to encounter her. It probably would not be very good. I would be concerned for Loomer if this were the case, but I'm guessing that one only has to ask themselves, Charlie Kirk's death will not be in vain. I will be spending my night making everyone I find online who celebrates his death famous. So prepare to have your whole future professional aspirations ruined if you are sick enough to celebrate his death. I'm going to make you wish you never opened your mouth. These people need to be condemned in society, and there must never be a place for these people to gather without facing the shame of their behavior. This has been viewed almost 21 million times.
This bitch, the hypocrisy. Do we have the thing about where she was going after Charlie Kirk about that he wasn't Trumpy enough? He wasn't Trumpy enough. There was something, and she was going after him. But now she wants to come. Well, first of all, I'm not celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, so I don't know if she's referring to me. I'm just, like I said, I'm ambivalent. I don't give a shit. But yeah, I dare you, Laura Loomer. I dare you. I seriously do. I triple dog dare you.
Jen and Laura do not live that far from each other. In fact, they're probably...
For now.
Probably about 30 to 45 minutes, I would say, on a given day. Depending on where you are, depending on where she is. This is a person who constantly has to prove to daddy that I'm a good girl. I will do whatever you want.
You mean her sugar daddy? Yes. Sugar daddy? Because she's got to be fucking someone. Also, I do think that she does appear to have some sort of like personality disorder. She just does. Like, I mean, again, I'm not a psychiatrist. But like, there's something wrong with this woman. There is something wrong with her. And yes, sadism comes to mind. Clearly, she's like just a hateful, vile human. But it's more than that. I don't know. There's something very wrong there. You should get yourself some help, Laura. You need help. You're a psychotic cunt. Get help.
Colin, do you have that other message from Loomer where she throws Charlie Kirk under the bus? I don't ever want to hear Charlie Kirk claim he is pro-Trump ever again after this weekend. And this is, of course, in response. This is how we actually have a very linear type of podcast. I'm kind of amazed at how effectively we sometimes put this together because it's kind of hodgepodge, but it certainly works out in the end. This is Laura Loomer's response to Charlie Kirk having Dave Smith on his at his event for Turning Point USA. After this weekend, I'd say he has revealed himself as political opportunist, and I have had a front row seat to witness the mental gymnastics these last 10 years. Lately, Charlie has decided to behave like a charlatan. Well, you would certainly know a thing or two about that, wouldn't you, Looney Loomer? Claiming to be pro-Trump one day while he stabs Trump in the back on the next. Turning Point USA was only able to thrive thanks to the generosity of President Trump. No, actually the generosity of the Koch brothers, but who's counting? On the 1-year anniversary of the assassination attempt of Trump's life, Charlie hosted Dave Smith at Turning Point USA's SAS conference, where Dave Smith was able to speak to a bunch of conservative youth at an organization that claims to be pro-Trump. 3 weeks ago, Dave Smith called for President Trump to be impeached and removed from office over his decision to blow up Iran's nuclear facilities. He also said that Trump should be impeached for not releasing the Epstein files. You forgot to add that part into the story, didn't you, Loomer? Charlie's played both sides of the Iran issue on his show, as we all saw, because he wants to play both sides of the aisle. The honorable thing to do is to have a position and actually defend it to the death instead of flip-flopping. You know, Jen, I would almost be inclined to think that maybe Laura Loomer might have had something to do with Charlie's demise. Am I out of line by even suggesting such a thing?
No, I mean, she seems to get what she wants. And when I'm talking about her sugar daddy, I don't know if it's Trump. I don't know if it's Trump or one of his goons or whoever. I don't know. I don't know who she's doing what with whom, but I just know they're not tapping into her for her brain. It's not for the looks. So I don't understand it. So someone's getting something from her. But yeah, no, I think that's very interesting. I think she somehow made it possible for children in Gaza, the very few that were able to come here to get help. Somehow her and her alone was able to inspire the visa removal from those people. Who the fuck is this woman? Like, yeah.
Whoever she is.
Is she Gen X or is she your people?
No, I think she's closer to my age, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that figures. That figures. This is someone who has never been put in her place. This is someone who didn't go to camp. I assure you, Laura Loomer, you would have never survived a summer in camp.
This is also a person who is actually saying, again, this is why we say she's a nut job, like legitimately a nut job. She is saying that Turning Point USA is definitely not pro-Trump. I've been to a Turning Point USA event. It is a pro-Trump rally. That's totally what it is. You're not allowed to question the dear leader, Goebbels. I know we say it's Barry Weiss. At least Barry Weiss has some intellect. This person has none of it. This person's a raving lunatic.
But yet they're listening to her. Well, maybe she got in whoever's ear was, whoever was, the voice that said, all right, we'll stop giving visas to amputee children that have nowhere else to go because this stupid bitch says so. And so now she wants us to get rid of Charlie Kirk. I don't know. I mean, it's like clearly people are listening to her. So no, I don't think that's crazy. I don't know what she's up to. She's psychotic. This is not normal.
Dave Smith went on with Crystal and Sagar and clearly had a few things to say, and that set her off. That got 2 million views on X, and I believe there's one more message, Colin, if you click the slide one more time. Charlie speaks out of both sides of his mouth. 1 minute he said Islam is incompatible with the West. Yes, he did say that, and that was messed up. Then he's talking about how amazing Tucker is, who thinks Qatar is one of our biggest allies. Why shouldn't they be? Because they're Muslim? Is that the reason? How come Saudi Arabia is an ally? How come the United Arab Emirates?
Yes, Harachnu. That's exactly who we're talking about.
But wait, I thought Islam was incompatible with the West. The next minute, he's telling people on his show that Trump is going to get us is going to get us into a big, messy war with Iran. Well, yeah, he almost did.
You're Israel's bitch. If you're Israel's bitch, then yeah, you're getting ready to go to war in Iran.
Then he's saying he never said it. Then he's talking about how he's an evangelical, disturbing, but now he's a Christian Zionist martyr, perhaps thanks to you. It's not a stretch to think you had something to do with this, Laura. I'm sorry, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yep.
Then he's giving Tucker Carlson a hero's welcome 1 week after he ran a propaganda piece for the president of Iran, who claimed Iran has never killed a U.S. citizen, while Tucker called some of President Trump's biggest supporters dual agents because Tucker is an uppity, entitled, waspy snob who proclaimed his hatred for Trump in texts that everyone has seen. Laura, don't throw stones in a glass house, especially with that face. We're going to show you.
She got a face for radio, friend. She got a face for radio.
Charlie Kirk's messaging is all over the place, and some of us just want to know where he actually stands. It's different every day. And really, who are you to tell me what I can and can't attack? Well, considering who you work on behalf of, I think it's fair to say that Looney Loomer is more than just that. I do believe she's an agent of the Mossad. I believe that anybody who is that pathetic can't possibly get that far, no matter how many dicks she sucks, because she's not that talented, unless she's ready, willing, and able to deliver that message to the people that need it. And as far as I can tell, yeah, there is no other explanation. She has to be a Mossad agent. And do I think she could have had a hand in Charlie Kirk's assassination? She deleted that tweet. Deleted it. But the internet's forever. And when you project as hard as you do, oh, I'm going to go find everybody who ever did such a thing. You know who else projects like that?
Guilty people.
Abusers do that. Abusers of other people will say, I'm going to help you find out who the bad people are, because they're trying to diminish their own culpability. That's what you're doing, Loomer. You couldn't be more guilty on the surface if you tried. This is why everyone is convinced that Israel had a hand in Charlie's killing. It's not hard to see why. Charlie said to Harrison Smith, I think Israel might take me out because I'm not all the way on board with everything they say. As I said last night, I'll say again today, you can never be loyal enough to the genocidal state of Israel. No matter what you do, no matter how much money you make them, no matter how many sheep you bring to the flock, it does not matter. If you step out of line even an inch, you are subject to removal in more ways than one. And Charlie got removed. And as far as I'm concerned, you're going to have to prove me wrong that it wasn't Israel that had a hand in this.
And I'm going to tell Tony D, he asked if I believe in violent revolution. I believe that violence is inevitable when peaceful resistance is not allowed. So I am a realist. I don't want that. I'd rather it not be that. I would have rather everybody voted for Bernie in 2016 instead of telling me that, no, we got to get behind Hillary. I'm like, all right, you do that. But, so that was the compromise. I would rather this be nonviolent, but we're the most violent empire to have ever lived on the planet. So to think that we're going to be able to change it without violence just seems naive to me. But I would prefer not. And again, and I've said it a million times, I am unarmed. I support the Second Amendment. I'm happy for all the people that like that and want to do that, all the power. I am unarmed. And I don't, go after people. But to think it's not happening when we are the most violent people in the whole world is very, very naive.